Welcome back to another episode in our economics series. In our previous video, we examined the fundamental challenges posed by scarcity and explored key questions of what, how, and for whom to produce. Building on that foundation, we will now explore economic systems, the framework societies use to allocate scarce resources to satisfy unlimited wants. From traditional economies rooted in customs to command economies where government control is paramount and market economies driven by individual choices. Once again, you're all welcome. So what are economic systems? Economic systems are the methods and principles societies use to allocate their scarce resources to satisfy the unlimited wants of their people. The entity or person who answers the questions of what goods and services to produce, how to produce them, and for whom they are produced determines the type of economic system. Based on this, economic systems can vary, depending on the degree of government intervention and the role of market forces in this economic decision-making. To help you understand how this works, we want you to see the variety of economic systems used by countries on a spectrum. On one end, there are planned economic systems. These are called planned economic systems because the vital economic questions regarding the allocation of limited resources, what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce, are determined by the government or autocratically by one individual. It is also worth noting that in this economic system, there is complete government ownership of all means of production, minimal to no private ownership, and strict central planning. This extreme case of government control is known as a command economy or communism. An example of an extreme case of a command economic system is the Soviet Union under Joseph Stalin's rule, particularly during the 1930s. The government had total control over all aspects of economic activity, including agriculture, industry, and trade. Central planning committees determined what goods should be produced, in what quantities, and at what prices. Private ownership of property and businesses was abolished, and the state owned all means of production. This extreme centralization aimed to rapidly industrialize the Soviet economy and consolidate political power. While the command economy facilitated large-scale industrial projects and initially improved economic output, it also led to significant inefficiencies, shortages of consumer goods, and widespread famine, most notably the Holodomor in Ukraine. The lack of market mechanisms and individual incentives stifled innovation and productivity, illustrating the drawbacks of an excessively controlled economy. On the other end of the spectrum, we have laissez-faire capitalism. This extreme case of minimal government intervention is characterized by economic decisions being made by individuals and businesses based on free market principles. In this system, the forces of supply and demand drive the economy, and competition is encouraged to foster innovation and efficiency. Emphasizing individual freedom and private property rights, laissez-faire capitalism allows market participants to pursue their own interests, which in turn is believed to lead to the overall benefit of society through the invisible hand of the market. Due to this, the economic system is commonly referred to as the free market. An example of an extreme case of laissez-faire capitalism is the United States during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, particularly during the Industrial Revolution. This period, often referred to as the Gilded Age, was marked by minimal government intervention in the economy. Businesses operated with little regulatory oversight, leading to rapid industrialization and economic growth. Entrepreneurs like John D. Rockefeller, Andrew Carnegie, and J.P. Morgan amassed significant wealth and power, creating vast business empires. While this era saw significant innovation and economic expansion, it also led to significant social inequalities, poor working conditions, and monopolistic practices. The lack of regulation meant that labor laws, environmental protections, and consumer rights were virtually non-existent, highlighting the extremes of a laissez-faire approach. Now that we have identified the two extreme cases of economic systems, it's worth noting that along the spectrum, there are mixed economic systems, which may lean towards either planned or unplanned economic models. Examples commonly identified include socialism and regulated capitalism. Many modern economies adopt these systems to harness the merits of command and laissez-faire capitalism, while also addressing economic challenges such as inequality, market failures, and social stability. For socialism, this is an economic system where most of the means of production, such as factories and resources, are either owned or regulated by the state or community rather than by private individuals. While some sectors may be publicly owned, socialism can also involve a mix of state control and market mechanisms in non-essential goods and services. The primary goal of socialism is to reduce inequality and promote social welfare through government intervention in the economy. Governments in socialist economies often oversee key industries like healthcare, education, and utilities to ensure universal access. For example, Scandinavian countries like Sweden and Norway employ social democratic systems that blend socialist policies with market capitalism. These nations feature extensive welfare states, high taxes to fund social programs, and robust workers' rights protections. As for regulated capitalism, it is an economic system that combines free market principles with government regulation and intervention to promote fair competition, consumer protection, and social welfare. In this system, while businesses operate based on market forces such as supply and demand, the government enforces regulations to prevent monopolies, ensure workplace safety, and protect the environment. For instance, Germany practices regulated capitalism, known as the social market economy. The German government imposes strict regulations on industries such as banking, environmental protection, and labor relations to balance economic growth with social stability. This approach aims to foster innovation and economic efficiency while safeguarding against market failures and promoting equitable outcomes in society. Finally, there is the mixed economy. Unlike socialism, where government predominates, and regulated capitalism, where market forces are predominant, a mixed economy strikes a balance between government and market involvement. It combines elements of market-based capitalism with varying degrees of government intervention. In a mixed economy, there is a blend of private enterprise and state involvement in economic activities, including regulation, taxation, and sometimes public ownership of key industries. The goal is to leverage the strengths of market forces, such as efficiency and innovation, while also utilizing government intervention to promote social welfare and economic stability. An example of a mixed economy can be found in the United Kingdom, UK. In the UK, economic activities are guided by both market forces and government intervention. While the majority of industries operate under private ownership and are driven by market competition, the government plays a significant role in regulating key sectors such as healthcare, education, transportation, and utilities. The UK government provides universal healthcare through the National Health Service, NHS, which is publicly funded and free at the point of use. Additionally, regulations ensure consumer protection, environmental standards, and fair competition in the market. This blend of market mechanisms and government oversight allows the UK to maintain economic dynamism while ensuring social equity and stability through public services and regulatory frameworks. Let's not forget the traditional economic system, which doesn't easily fit on this spectrum. A traditional economy relies on customs, traditions, and beliefs to make economic decisions. In such economies, methods of production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services are handed down through generations. These economies are often found in rural and farming communities, where bartering and subsistence agriculture are common. Economic roles and practices are typically stable and resistant to change, focusing on the community's needs rather than individual profit or innovation. The traditional economic systems of the Amazonian tribes and the Amish community in the U.S. exemplify such enduring customs and practices. Amazonian tribes rely on hunting, gathering, and small-scale agriculture, guided by long-standing traditions. Similarly, the Amish emphasize simplicity and self-sufficiency through agriculture and craftsmanship, with economic roles passed down through generations. Both cultures uphold traditional values, ensuring resilience and sustainability in their economic practices. There you have it. These are the main types of economic systems commonly encountered in modern economics. Remember that economic systems are distinguished by how they address the fundamental questions of what to produce, how to produce it, and for whom. In this video, we've explored communism, socialism, mixed economy, regulated capitalism, and laissez-faire capitalism, or the free market. Now, let's test how well you've been paying attention with this multiple choice quiz. Get ready to jot down your answers. You'll have 10 seconds for each question. Which economic system involves significant government control and ownership of key industries? Is it A, laissez-faire capitalism, B, socialism, C, mixed economy, or D, regulated capitalism? In which economic system do market forces largely determine economic decisions? Is it A, communism, B, socialism, C, laissez-faire capitalism, or D, mixed economy? Which economic system aims to balance government intervention with market efficiency? Is it A, communism, B, laissez-faire capitalism, C, regulated capitalism, or D, traditional economy? What is a key feature of a mixed economy? Is it that A, the government owns all means of production, B, there is heavy government regulation in all sectors, C, a combination of private enterprise and state involvement, or D, the complete absence of government intervention? That's all for our video, and we hope to see you in the next one. Thank you all for watching.